Hi there, welcome to Yoga Nomad. My name is Karen and today's session is all about the menopause. So it's for you fellow women out there navigating your way through the million symptoms of the menopause. Yoga can really help relieve the symptoms, some of the symptoms. I'm not saying it relieves them all, but it really can help. It can also help to soothe that mind as well, where I know it can become manic in your head. Trust me, I do know, because I've been there myself, and yoga certainly has helped me and lots of other women that I know. But obviously it helps if you consistently practice. You can't just do one session and expect it to work. It's like everything. So the more consistent you are with your practice, the more you will feel the benefits, the more you will learn to calm the mind, the stronger those joints will get and those muscles, and the more flexible you will become. So let's give it a go, see if it works for you. All right, so today we're going to start in our child's pose. So over we come. If you're new to yoga, if you've not really practiced very much, yoga blocks may help you out. Not essential, but they can help you get into certain poses if you've never done them before, you haven't done them very much. But again, you can practice this session without any props at all. So big toes together, knees nice and wide. We're going to come all the way down, finding that child's pose. Reaching through the hands, pushing through the bottom. Rest the head down. And just take a couple of long, slow, deep breaths in and out through the nose. Nice. Now we're going to walk our hands all the way over to the right side. So moving them all the way over as far as you can. Place your left hand on top of your right. Again, maybe let the head rest on the top of that right arm, and notice if you can feel that stretch all down the left side of the body. Push the hips back. See if you can intensify that stretch a little bit more. Take a big breath. Maybe close down the eyes. Nice, and coming all the way over to the other side. Reaching as far over as you can. Right hand on top of the left, resting your head on top of that left arm. Push the hips back. Big deep breaths. Trying to focus just on that breath. Nice. Okay, come all the way back to your child's pose, to the center, reaching out. Push the hips back again, reaching those fingers forwards. Take a big breath. Nice, and then you're going to bring yourself up to a tabletop, all fours position. So making sure here the wrists are under the shoulders, your knees are hip distance apart. We're going to take that cat-cow flow to warm up into the spine. So dropping the belly, lifting the head, tailbone tucks up. You should feel this around about here in this lower back. Take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, rounding that spine like a cat, tuck the chin into the chest. Inhale, come all the way back up again. Exhale back. Let's do this one more time. Inhale as you come up. And exhale, take it back. Nice, spine back to neutral. We're going to sweep up our right arm. Reach up as high as you can and look up, twisting into this thoracic spine, this upper spine. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, you're going to thread the needle, sending that right arm underneath the left. Top of the hand comes to the floor, and right side of the head rests down on the floor. You have the option here to lift up this left arm and maybe drop it behind the back. Maybe you can reach around and maybe you can grab the top of that right thigh. Maybe not. Just do what feels good. Big deep breaths. So this one, gentle stretch into the shoulder. Nice. Okay, release, come all the way back up to that tabletop again, and we'll do exactly the same on the other side, sweeping up with that left arm, reach up. Take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, thread the needle, send it through the back of the head down. Nice. Reach up with that right hand. Let it drop behind. Maybe it grabs the top of that left thigh. Maybe it's nowhere near. It doesn't matter. As long as you can feel that gentle stretch in the shoulder area. Take a breath. And then start to unravel, coming all the way up to find that tabletop again. Shimmy into those hips, and then bringing the knees together, we're going to tuck our toes and sit back onto the heels. So we're going to stretch into the bottom of the feet. So make sure you've got your little toe involved. Now this can feel really awful. You know, we're not used to stretching our feet. It's an unusual thing to do. So just go to your point. If you need those hands on the ground, fine, but just see what it feels like. Take a breath. And just one more. Nice, let's come on to the tops of the feet now. Now we're going to stretch into the top of the feet. So this time we're going to lift up those knees, and again, maybe the knees don't lift. Maybe you can do one at a time. All we're trying to find is that stretch in the top of the feet. Now you may want to try this in plank position and just stay on the tops of the feet. That might be equally awful, but let's just see. Let's see what's happening in those feet that do tend to get neglected a lot, considering we're on them a lot. Nice. Okay, lower those knees down. Find that tabletop again, spread the fingers nice and wide. We're going to head into our first downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, send the hips up and back. Let the head relax, let the face relax. Remember, in your down dog, legs don't have to be straight. You can have a bend in the legs, the heels don't have to be down, but try and get that spine nice and straight. Relax the shoulders, relax the jaw. Nice. Now bend those knees, looking to the top end of your mat, and start to walk your feet all the way to the hands up to the top. Find that forward fold. Here's where your legs will bend. Chest on the thighs, let the head just relax down. Take a breath. Nice. Now inhale and lift up halfway. Either the fingertips are on the ground, on your shins, or on the thighs. This is where the legs are straight, the back is straight, your gaze is forwards. Nice. Now fold forwards again, hands come down, step back with your left leg to find your runner's lunge. So make sure your front knee and ankle are all in line, back leg is nice and straight, and you're on the tiptoes of that back foot. Take a nice big breath. And then plant the left hand down, sweep the right arm up. Nice, bringing this hand back down. We're going to head into warrior two. Back foot anchors into the ground. Come all the way up, open up those arms, shoulder level, lunging into this front knee, and turn out this front knee so you've got that stretch on that inner thigh. Take a breath. And then we're going to find our triangle. Straighten out this front knee and then start to tip the right hand down, left arm up. Now this is where a block might help. If you've got tight legs, you might want to place that block there and not get too low down. But try and keep the shoulder back, this top shoulder back. Take a big breath. Nice. Then find that runner's lunge again. Turn to face the front, lunging back into this front knee, back onto those tiptoes. Nice, and step back to find your downward facing dog. And we'll do all of that on the opposite side. So relax the head, relax the face. Bend the knees, looking to the top of your mat and start to make your way to the top, finding that forward fold. Bend the knees, chest on the thighs, head relaxes down. Inhale to lift halfway. And then let's find that runner's lunge, fold forwards again, and then step back with that right leg. So your left leg is forwards, knee over the ankle, on the toes of that back foot. Right hand plants down, sweep that left arm up. Nice, bringing the hand down. Let's find that warrior two. Back foot anchors into the ground. Come all the way up, opening up the arms. Nice deep lunge into this front knee. Take a breath. Make sure the shoulders are relaxed here, so don't have them hunched up. And then triangle pose, straighten out this front leg. Tip this left hand down, right arm up. Looking up if you can. Big deep breath. Nice. Okay, let's find that runner's lunge again. Turn to face this front leg on the back tippy toes. And then we're going to step the back foot in to meet the front. We're going to find our yogi squat, our malasana. So this looks like this. So you will have your feet the width of your mat. Your heels will be on, toes off. This again might be awful. So if you wish, maybe sit on a cushion, maybe sit on your yoga blocks if you want to, because we're trying to get into those inner hips. So wherever you're at, whether you're in this position or whether you're sitting down, bring the elbows to the inside of the knees, palms together. If that's too much, hands can stay on the ground. Just work with what you've got. Notice how it feels. Your hips might be super tight, so just be kind to yourself. Take a breath. So this opens the deepest parts of the hip muscles, which you might be experiencing right now. Nice. Okay, one hand in front, bring one hand behind, sit the bottom down, and then bring the soles of the feet together. Find your bound angle or your Baddha Konasana. Holding onto those feet, pulling on the toes, and then at the same time, just push on those knees to find a stretch on those inner thighs. Again, getting deep into those hips. Nice, release. Okay, you're going to bring that right foot into the left thigh and send that left leg out. And then turn the body so it's facing over this straight leg, this left leg. Big breath in as you reach up. And then as you breathe out, folding over this leg. Try and push back with this right hip, so don't let this right bum cheek lift off the ground. And you should feel a really nice stretch on this side of the hip, this right side, and this lower back as well. It feels really nice. Big deep breaths. One more. Nice, okay, coming all the way up. I'm just going to switch sides. So bring that left leg in, foot comes to the inside of this right thigh. Turn the body so it's over this right leg. Big breath in and a big breath out as you fold. Again, keep this left hip down. Find your breath. Try and find that little bit of peace. One more. Okay, coming all the way up, crossing those legs. And then if you can, we're going to come onto our knees. So just flip yourself over and bring the knees together. Now, we're going to find our hero pose. So this is a stretch in these quads, in the front of these thighs. So again, quads might be tight. So if they are, maybe have a cushion handy or a block handy. So you're going to bring your feet to the outside edge of your hips. If you've got chunky calves, you might have to move them out of the way. And the aim of the game is to try and get your bottom down on the mat. If it doesn't quite get there because these are super tight, stick the block, 2 blocks, cushion underneath your bottom so it lifts you up a little bit and takes away some of the pressure from these thighs. Now in this position, you may feel stretching across the knees, you may feel stretching in the tops of the feet, all perfectly normal, but remember, it shouldn't hurt, yoga shouldn't hurt, so do whatever it takes to find the stretch, but not to the point where you feel like you're going to cry, because we don't want that. Just take another breath here. And this is where you learn all about your body. You learn what's tight, what's stiff, what needs a little bit of work, a bit of love. Nice. All right, come back out of this now. Bringing the legs all the way around again. We're going to find our bridge pose this time. So lie yourself down, bend the knees. Make sure you can reach the hands out. You can just tickle the back of your heels. And then we're nice and slowly going to peel the spine off the ground, lifting as high as you can, and you're going to squeeze into these glutes. So lifting high, big deep breaths. So strengthening into those glutes here. Super, super important that you've got strong glute muscles, because everything else then down the leg will be stronger. If you've got weak glutes, everything down the leg is compromised, even right down to the ankles and to the Achilles area. So let's squeeze those glutes a little bit more. Take a breath. Nice. Okay, slowly start to lower one vertebrae at a time, all the way down. And then hug the knees into the chest. Take a little rock and roll. And cactus the arms by your head and let the knees fall over to the right side. You're going to hold them down with that right hand and then turn your head to the left. Take a big breath. Nice, let's switch sides. Knees roll over to the left. Head turns to the right, holding them knees down with that left hand. Take a big breath. Nice, coming all the way back to the centre. Hug those knees in, and then see if you can just lift up the head and the shoulders, just crunching yourself into that little ball. Take a big breath. And grabbing behind those hamstrings, let's rock ourselves all the way up to a seat. So sit up nice and tall, hands on the knees, shoulders relaxed. Relax the face, relax the jaw. Let's just take a couple of deep breaths in and out through the nose. Try and breathe as deeply as you can, all the way down into that belly. So find your deep yogic breathing. Resting those eyes. Resting that mind. Giving yourself a little pat on the back for just carving out this little bit of time just for you. Nice. Now you're going to take a big deep breath in and hold the breath. Hold it And then let it go through the mouth with a big sigh. Nice, bringing that breathing back to normal. And blinking open those eyes if they were closed. Take a big breath in, reach all the way up. Palms come together, hands to heart, breathing out. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. Thank you. Let me know how you get on. Have a great day.